When one streamer's desperation reached a breaking point and another decided to capitalize on the chaos, here's how Jack Doherty's career hit rock bottom. From scamming his own fans to being roasted by his peers, Jack's story is a cautionary tale that has unfolded in front of our eyes. So, how exactly did the Clout Goblin go from viral moments to being publicly humiliated? Let's break down the shocking, cringeworthy chain of events that led to Jack's downfall. Jack Doherty's career hit a literal and figurative wall when he took his McLaren for a spin on stream. The entire stunt was a desperate attempt to capture attention and boost his relevance, but it didn't go as planned. While streaming live, Jack was more focused on interacting with his chat than paying attention to the road, and before anyone could blink, the car veered out of control and crashed.
Oh! Oh! No! 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 Oh! Oh! Help! Michael! Help!
The crash itself wasn't what shocked viewers, it was Jack's attitude afterward. Rather than expressing any real concern for the damage or the danger involved, he continued to joke about the situation. His immediate reaction was something that raised a lot of eyebrows. Instead of addressing the fact that he could have been seriously hurt, Jack chose to make light of the situation, quickly diving into how at least his car wasn't a total loss. This wasn't the first time Jack seemed careless with his actions, but this moment was a pivotal turning point. His focus wasn't on the fact that he had just narrowly escaped a life-threatening situation. It was on how much content he could squeeze from the event. His response was a slap in the face to fans who'd been hoping for some accountability or at least a hint of maturity.
Holy no! Michael, are you good? No f***ing way. No. Oh my god. My car is totaled, bro. Oh my god, this is cooked. Michael, I just totaled my McLaren, bro. Yeah, we're fine. Are you alright, guys? What's your name? My name is Jack. I was driving and then my tires just slipped and I lost control and landed here. Ow, my head, bro. At least my watch still okay. Oh, there's Michael. There's Michael and McKinley. Hey, buddy, how's your head? It's alright, it's just a car. Okay.
This reckless behavior would set the tone for everything that followed. What could have been an opportunity to reflect on his decisions turned into another chapter of Jack trying too hard to stay in the spotlight, no matter the cost, and the public would make sure to let him know exactly what they thought of that mindset. As Jack tried to salvage what was left of his reputation, things took a turn for the worse when his next stunt didn't just push boundaries, it shattered them entirely. Just when Jack Doherty thought things couldn't get any worse, he managed to outdo himself. Banned from Kick, it wasn't just a typical ban, it was a blow to his already fractured career, and the reason behind it made it even more embarrassing. Driving while streaming, the sheer absurdity of it almost seems like a parody. Jack didn't just lose his McLaren in the crash, he lost any credibility he had left on the platform. This was supposed to be his big comeback. Kick was his chance to revive his flagging career, to reclaim some of the relevancy he'd been desperately clinging to after a string of public stunts. But instead, Jack ended up getting kicked off the platform after putting his life and the life of his cameraman at risk for the sake of views. It wasn't just a bad decision, it was a reckless, irresponsible move that ultimately backfired in the worst possible way. He was caught between trying to keep his audience entertained and ignoring the risks that came with his dangerous antics. After the ban, Jack tried to frame himself as some sort of martyr, repeatedly claiming, "No one knows what I've gone through. I almost died." But here's the thing, the whole situation wasn't about him facing danger, it was about his blatant disregard for it. Instead of accepting responsibility and taking a step back to rethink his approach, Jack was more concerned with spinning the incident into a sob story, hoping that would garner sympathy from his dwindling fan base. His reaction was a textbook example of deflecting blame. He wasn't learning from his mistakes, he was just looking for ways to keep the drama going. And as the days passed, it became clear that Jack wasn't interested in redemption or self-improvement. The crash, the ban, and his refusal to own up to any of it marked the beginning of his slow and painful decline. But if Jack thought that was the worst of it, he was about to discover that his string of bad decisions was far from over. After being banned from Kick, Jack Doherty was desperate to claw his way back into the spotlight. He needed something big, something flashy, to reignite the attention he'd lost. And what better way to do that than to jump on the latest internet trend, crypto. But not just any crypto. Jack set his sights on the meme coin craze, a perfect mix of hype, risk, and controversy. It wasn't a new venture into investment or technology. It was pure desperation.
All right, I'm seeing everyone making a ton of money off these meme coins, and I want in. So tonight, guys, I'm going live, and I'm buying a meme coin. I already know which one I'm buying, but all I know is I'm gonna be making straight cash, baby. So if you guys want to be a part of it, join my live. I'm going live at 12 a.m. Eastern time, and I'm buying a meme coin, and we're all getting rich together, guys. I'm going up 100, 200, 300x, baby. Let's go.
A last-ditch effort to stay relevant by playing on the ignorance of his audience. On X, formerly Twitter, Jack went live, hyping up a meme coin he claimed would skyrocket in value. His promise? A potential 100x return. It's a classic line used by influencers trying to rope in unsuspecting investors. But anyone paying attention saw right through Jack's antics. He wasn't some crypto guru. He was just a guy trying to sell the illusion of making money. What made this even worse? Jack let it slip that he already knew which coin he was going to buy before the stream even started. He wasn't looking for suggestions from his followers. He was just looking to create some fake drama and pull in some quick cash. And so he introduced McLaren Coin, a token clearly tied to his infamous crash earlier. The branding was the same, and it seemed like a cheap way to tie the stunt to his crypto efforts. Jack pumped a measly $1,000 into it, hoping for the best, but instead of a fortune, he watched the value of the coin plummet. Rather than acknowledging his failure, Jack doubled down, trying to salvage the situation by adding another $200 into the coin. His excuse? He was in it for the long haul. But anyone who'd been following the coin's rapid fall knew that the only thing going long was the time it took for Jack's scam to unfold. This whole crypto endeavor became a joke as people realized they'd been duped, left holding the bag while Jack, surprise surprise, walked away with content for his channel. Jack might have thought he could get away with it, but his stunt only dug him deeper into the hole he was already in. However, that wasn't the only instance where Jack tried to buy his way into attention. He would soon try another move, but this time it involved paying to play with the biggest streamers. When Jack's failed crypto venture left him scrambling for a way back into the spotlight, he decided to take an even more cringeworthy approach, buying his way into one of the biggest streams on the platform. Kai Cenat was at the top of his game, and Jack thought that throwing a few $1,000s in gifted subs would be his golden ticket to relevancy. But Jack couldn't have been more wrong.
Oh my god! Doherty Jack with the motherfucking 100 gifted.
Nigga, is that Jack Doherty? Wait, is that him for real?
Wait, hold on. Jack Doherty, if that's you, get another 100.
I'm not the method. Are you kidding me?
Jack Doherty, that's you, drink another 100.
Nah, it's not him. It's
You almost had us.
Doherty Jack, you almost had us though.
They're saying to do it, so fuck it. I'm gifting Kai another 100 subs.
Whoa.
Is that Doherty Jack?
If he asks for another 100, I'm gonna.
If you want to pull up to the stream,
Get another 100.
Nah, I'm not the method, dog. He's finessing 2 bands out of me after that. Should I do it? Another $600.
oh, he's another 100. He gets another 100.
That's him. That's Jack. That's him, Jack.
If all that money is really his, and he think that me and him will be a good collab,
Send another 100.
Gift another 100.
so I'm not gonna lie, I wasn't gonna live with Jack. We just finessed him out of 300, chat.
I'm broke now, Kai.
At first, it seemed like a solid plan. He dropped $1,500 on gifted subs, a move meant to get Kai's attention and maybe, just maybe, earn him a moment of respect in the world of streaming. But what happened next was not what Jack expected. Instead of receiving praise or a shout out, Kai immediately called him out. On stream, he mocked Jack, calling him out for his bad vibes and blatant attempt to buy his way into relevance. Kai's reaction couldn't have been more damning. The gifted subs didn't earn Jack a seat at the table, just a one-way ticket to public humiliation. Kai saw right through Jack's desperate attempt to make a splash and called it out for what it was. A pitiful move by someone willing to do anything for attention, even if it meant buying it. But Jack wasn't done yet. This wasn't just an isolated stunt. It marked the beginning of a pattern. His increasing desperation to stay relevant would take even more absurd turns as he tried to buy his way into the world of popular streamers. But while Jack tried to buy respect, others were gaining it through their own talent. In the end, it would be clear that Jack's antics were more about attention than any meaningful comeback. It wasn't just Kai Cenat who had reached their breaking point with Jack. Fellow streamers started to see through his antics, and they weren't shy about calling him out. As Jack's desperation for relevance grew more apparent, his reputation was getting shredded by the very people he sought approval from. Nick MKS, a popular figure in the streaming world, had enough and roasted Jack for his lack of authenticity. In a brutal take, he pointed out that Jack had never been in an Oklahoma drill, a metaphor for never having faced real adversity or life experiences. Nick made it clear, Jack's persona, built on hiring bodyguards and acting provocatively, wasn't fooling anyone anymore. The more Jack tried to act tough, the more it was clear that his whole brand was a facade. But the real humiliation came when FaZe Banks entered the picture.
Whoa, streamer, whoa. It's easily Jack Doherty. It's gotta be Jack Doherty.
I'ma probably go,
Jack's a piece of shit. Everybody knows it, obviously.
Jack's the GOAT.
Jack's the GOAT is crazy. I gotta meet that kid.
I'll probably go Jack Doherty too, you know. But I mean, at the end of the day though, the picks he took after the crash was fire though, I'm gonna be honest. Crazy take. They worked. It worked. He flicked up on IG. Did you see him?
Listen, he's a piece of, guys, come on stage.
He's a nut though.
Come on stage.
I'm gonna go worst streamer.
Come on stage.
In an interview with Complex, Banks didn't mince words when it came to Jack's dwindling career. He called him the worst streamer of all time, a direct shot at Jack's desperate and often cringy attempts to stay relevant. It didn't stop there. Banks took to Instagram, commenting sarcastically on Jack's post-crash photos, suggesting they were the only fire in Jack's otherwise burning career. Jack, however, couldn't take the heat. Instead of reflecting on the criticism, he fired back at Banks in what only made him look even more out of touch.
Funny thing is, FaZe Banks was talking all this shit about me on Twitter, but at the end of the day, it's like, but it's just crazy that how from me going to your doorstep to now, I've gone way farther in life at a way younger age than you have, and you still have to say, it's like, what were you doing at 21 years old, bro? It's like, you can flex on me all you want, money this, money that, but at the end of the day, it's like, you never had what I had at 21. You were literally probably doing heroin in an alleyway. So
claiming Banks was making no money these days, Jack proved just how disconnected he was from the industry and reality itself. It became clear Jack's attempts to stay in the conversation were only pushing him further into irrelevance, as the very people he tried to impress were now laughing at his expense. Jack's missteps weren't done yet. His next stunt would only deepen his fall from grace. Jack Doherty's interview with Pat God marked a pivotal moment in his downfall. What was supposed to be an opportunity for Jack to explain himself instead turned into a brutal confrontation about his reckless behavior.
So one thing that a lot of people were asking about that I'll just relay for you is your primary source of income. Where would you say you make the most amount of money on the internet? If you don't mind disclosing that. If you do, that's
I mean, I'm pretty sure you're digging for the OnlyFans answer. No, I'm kidding, but obviously, I mean, it's not like you know, so that's not known, but yeah, I mean, a decent amount of my money comes from OnlyFans management and that side of things, but also a decent chunk of it, my monthly income comes from my own stuff. You know, I have a kick deal, I have a gambling deal, I have a YouTube channel and a bunch of other stuff, so I make enough money, you know, off just myself, but yeah, I also run a business because it helps me fund everything else I do, you know?
Pat God wasted no time diving into the elephant in the room, Jack's promotion of gambling and adult content to his young audience. With no intention of letting Jack off the hook, Pat God pressed him about the damage he was causing to his viewers. Instead of offering any meaningful explanation or showing a hint of regret, Jack simply shrugged off the criticism. He didn't even try to justify his actions.
So you said you had a gambling deal. Is that what the website?
No, I mean, I was about to work with them, but I ended up just going with a different company. I literally just locked it in last week.
Awesome. So basically what you're going to be doing is you're going to get paid to stream yourself gambling, correct?
Basically.
Okay, and do you have some sort of code where like someone can sign up with your code and then you'll get a percent of that?
What do you, the feds?
I'm just wondering. I mean, do you have a code? Because I mean, there's a lot of ethical issues people have with people.
No, I don't have a code yet. We haven't even figured all that out yet. But it's more of like I just rock the brand. You know, I don't even gotta gamble. I don't like gambling. I'm not really for gambling.
So why are you doing a gambling deal then? Because I'm,
money, you know, at the end of the day, we all do things for money, but...
I know, but, so you say you don't like gambling, but you're willing to do it just for money.
I don't like Jack Doherty, but you want to call with him. No, I'm kidding, but...
No, it's just an interview. Do you feel like it may be a negative thing, by any chance, to promote gambling to especially, you know, a younger audience, considering the fact that it may cause them into signing up onto these gambling sites and becoming gambling addicts themselves?
I mean, as long as they use my code, I'm completely okay with it.
So you're okay with them developing a gambling addiction as long as it financially benefits yourself?
Bro, I don't think I'm going to be starting anyone's gambling addiction. I'm not going that deep into it, bro. I'm just trying to get a bag.
His response made it clear that money was the only thing that mattered. At this point, it was undeniable. Jack wasn't interested in making things right. He was more concerned about staying relevant, no matter the cost. Jack's indifference was shocking. He didn't attempt to apologize for the harm he'd caused or acknowledge the responsibility he had as an influencer. Instead, he deflected the criticism and made it all about financial gain. His narrow focus on money painted a picture of someone who had completely lost touch with what truly mattered. The interview should have been a moment of reckoning, but instead, it revealed just how out of touch Jack had become with his audience and the impact of his actions.
I'm just curious, why do you keep saying something and then saying I'm just kidding after?
You can't control what people do online. You know, if I'm gonna get someone in if I don't get someone into gambling because of my videos, then someone else is gonna get that person into gambling.
Yeah, but you can influence what people do online, right? Like, you can influence someone. Like, somebody can be like, I'm Jack Doherty's biggest fan. I'm watching Jack Doherty gamble right now. This looks so cool. So now I'm gonna go gamble myself. And I may be using money that I don't have because I'm not rich like Jack Doherty, and I'm not playing with house money like Jack Doherty.
I know not to gamble. Obviously I have a lot of money and I don't gamble. Like. Like,
but so you agree that gambling is you think that gambling is a stupid thing to do, correct?
Sure.
So why would you willingly promote that to your fans?
What? Because why not? No, I'm kidding. But like, I mean,
wait, can I ask you a question? Why do you is that like a
lot of stupid, like I promote? Do I not promote OnlyFans as well? Like, don't have me for that too, dog. I haven't even started this gambling thing. Yeah.
Oh my. Well, maybe I'm trying to help prevent you from doing it. Maybe I'm trying to help you see some reason with the whole gambling thing. Just because I personally know people that have ruined their entire lives over gambling.
Trust me, I know too. I help people around me too that have the same problem.
I know, but do you see why that's so weird though?
I'm right back in once I get my code.
This moment should have signaled a turning point, a chance for Jack to rebuild, but instead it exposed a deeper issue. Jack was never interested in redemption. He wasn't interested in self-improvement or gaining back the trust he had lost. He was only interested in one thing, getting attention, no matter how damaging the method. The interview proved that Jack had become a shadow of the person he once was. As Pat God's questions dug deeper, it became clear that Jack's deflection wasn't just a defense. It was a coping mechanism for his inability to face the reality of his situation. Instead of trying to mend his image, he chose to double down on the very mindset that had led him to this point. By the end of the interview, Jack wasn't just losing respect, he was revealing a side of himself that no one wanted to see. His unwillingness to take responsibility for his actions further isolated him from the audience that once supported him. What followed would only dig Jack into a deeper hole. Jack's attempt to redeem himself took an unexpected and awkward turn when he joined forces with rapper Lil Pump for a PS5 giveaway. The concept seemed like a solid PR move, an opportunity for Jack to appear generous and win back some positive attention. However, things quickly turned sour. Instead of embracing the moment as a chance to genuinely engage with his fans, Jack seemed more focused on the spectacle of it all. When one woman politely asked for an additional PS5, Jack's response was far from kind. "You're rude, there are more people over there," he snapped, completely missing the point of the giveaway.
Yo, who wants a speaker? Alright, here, ready? Alright.
Let's go.
All right, here. You got it.
Here.
Give it to her. Yeah.
Basketball?
Yeah. Sir.
All right, look, another basketball hoop.
You been wanting stuff.
Basketball hoop. Get up on the hoop. Get up. No more PS5s. No more PS5s. No more. Oh no, you're ungrateful. You don't want to.
Get out of line.
Come on, bro. Come on, listen, bro. If we giving away a free present for Christmas, no more PS5, bro. Like, how you gonna say no, man? Come on. I was broke as shit, and if somebody handed me a basketball hoop, I would have took it, man. That's wrong, bro. Like, that's wrong.
No more PS5. No more.
Yeah, we gave away like 50 PS5s already. We don't got many left.
They can't be that ungrateful in life, bro. That's fucked up.
Rather than a warm, generous gesture, the entire event came off as a publicity stunt gone wrong. Jack's poor handling of the situation only highlighted how disconnected he had become from the people who were supposed to be his supporters. Instead of earning back goodwill, he only made himself seem arrogant and self-serving, trying to buy favor instead of earn it. His overreaction to a simple request exposed just how out of touch he had become with the very audience he was trying to win back.
Sorry. I'll give you a hug.
Venezuela.
Feliz Navidad. I have nothing left. I wish I could. I'm sorry. I have no money left. I have no gifts, no money. I'm sorry.
Venezuela.
I know. Want a perk? No, I'm kidding. Fuck. Huh? What? I love you.
I love you.
I love you. Feliz Navidad. Yeah. Have a Merry Christmas. I'm sorry. I wish I could give you something. I'm really sorry. I feel bad. I'm sorry. I wish I could give everyone something, but we literally gave away like 50 PS5s today and a bunch of Xboxes and shit, and I'm trying to make everyone happy. I'm sorry if I couldn't, but...
Almost immediately, the internet took to social media to criticize Jack for his behavior. His attempt at a grand gesture to redeem his image ended up drawing more ridicule than praise. The more he tried to stage these redemptive moments, the worse they became. Jack's desperation was becoming impossible to ignore. It wasn't just his followers who were growing tired of him, it was the entire public. The more he attempted to manipulate these moments for personal gain, the more he exposed his true character. It was clear Jack had become a parody of himself. Jack's next move would reveal just how far he was willing to go to regain whatever little relevance he still had left. If Jack thought his PS5 stunt would help him recover any shred of respect, he quickly learned just how wrong he was. His downfall took a dramatic turn when he found himself aboard a cruise ship, where he became the target of relentless mockery from a group of passengers. Instead of quietly enjoying his trip, Jack couldn't help but rant about his supposed wealth, boasting about his private jet and luxury lifestyle. He expected these declarations to earn him admiration and awe, but what he got instead was laughter. In one of the most humiliating moments of his career, Jack tried to flex his wealth as if it were some kind of validation of his success. However, instead of gaining the respect he was seeking, his outbursts only served to expose his glaring insecurity, his desperate need to flaunt material possessions.
My name is Vinod, I'm security. My name is Ivan, security officer.
Oh, hi.
We are wearing body camera to record our discussion.
Oh, nice.
How are you guys?
How are you?
Everything fine?
Yeah, everything's fine.
We would like just to ask you, did you maybe outside on the balcony filming this open area maybe 15 minutes ago?
We weren't, but our friends may have, but we told them to leave. So we, there you go, went back to the room. Some people we just met on the cruise say they were very annoying.
Okay, do you know?
But they went back to the room.
Okay, do you know the estate room, please?
I think it's on floor 8.
Some details?
I have no idea. We just met them and we let them back to our room and kicked them out. But it was like 3 guys.
Okay, we understand that.
Thank you.
We just need to follow if there are minors.
Oh, no.
And some of them were approaching to our youth guys, and they asked them not to take photo, not to take videos, and if they guys remind you, please, minors are here, they don't want to take any videos of them, please just follow it.
Of course, no worries.
We just want
everybody
to be safe, to enjoy their cruise, that's all.
Of course, no worries, we'll make sure we stay out of trouble.
Okay, can I just know your name?
My name?
You all belong to this cabin? You all belong to this cabin?
We have a couple of rooms on this floor.
Okay, can you just let me know what's your name? And
my name's Julian Hicks.
Julian? And your cabin original?
Yeah, my cabin.
This is your cabin?
Yeah.
Okay.
His private jet, his riches, revealed his overwhelming fear of not being perceived as important or relevant. What was meant to be an assertion of power came off as a pathetic attempt to compensate for the emptiness Jack felt within. His fixation on wealth rather than substance made it clear that Jack wasn't a figure to be admired. He was simply a man grasping at straws. The passengers surrounding him weren't impressed by his claims or the luxury he was bragging about. They didn't see him as a success. To them, he was a clown, a sad caricature of someone trying far too hard to seem important. The more Jack boasted about his supposed riches, the more ridiculous he looked. This moment on that cruise ship was a turning point. It wasn't just a meltdown. It was a public display of just how low Jack had sunk in the eyes of the public. He had gone from a rising influencer to a man desperate for any kind of relevance, willing to do whatever it took, even humiliate himself to stay in the spotlight. The reality was inescapable. Jack's attempts at regaining his public stature only further cemented his status as a joke. The cruise ship episode wasn't just an embarrassing moment, it was a clear indication that his desperate need for validation was becoming his undoing. But things were about to get even worse for Jack. His next move would be the final nail in his coffin. Jack Doherty's story is one of missed potential and self-inflicted destruction. He could have been a respected figure in the streaming world, but instead, he chased fast fame, cutting corners and relying on controversy to stay in the spotlight. What could have been a career built on substance is now reduced to a series of stunts that have eroded his credibility. Jack's entire career was built on controversy, an unsustainable tactic for anyone hoping to stay relevant. Each new stunt he tried to capitalize on only dug his hole deeper. What once seemed like a strategy for success has now become a joke. Fans and fellow creators saw through his desperate attempts to maintain relevance, mocking him for his lack of authenticity. Jack had the potential for longevity in the industry, but chose to cash out instead. Now, he's left with nothing but a tarnished reputation and a string of humiliating moments that define his legacy. His obsession with attention alienated him, and now the platform he once thrived on has turned its back on him. Jack's career is over. The writing is on the wall. The real question is how much longer he can hold on to whatever little relevance he has left. If you thought these were crazy, you won't want to miss what happens in this next video.